Probably a smart move here by Coach Rod Stahlbomber to play the field position game early on. Lansing, not a heavy pass team, so they're gonna run the ball a lot. Over 250 yards rushing last week. Nice punt's gonna land on the 10. Into the end zone, it's gonna be a touchback. Lansing will start at the 20-yard line.
39-yard punt for the Bobcats.
39-yard punt by Nolan Ford.
Ball comes out to the 21st and 10 for the line.
Now it's got a steady light. It was flickering right here.
You're live. All right, Lansing with the ball, going to take over the 20-yard line.
Two tight ends.
Carry by number 7 for Lansing. Absolutely going nowhere. Number 7, Derek Robinson.
Stops made by number.
Trying to test our audio system here. Go ahead and Austin.
Test.
There you go.
Test. I can't hear you, Rodney.
It's all right.
And I can't hear myself.
That's all right.
Number 2 tight end set. Wing T.
In motion, going to go up the middle again. Very heavy run by Lansing again. All day long, I think you're going to see a lot of that. Connor McQuillan, the 6'1" senior, up the middle.
Gain of 6 yards.
This offense is designed for misdirection.
By number 12, Matt McKnight.
You may see 4 options here to hand off. It's rare offense you're going to see.
Takes a very smart quarterback to make that happen. Be able to make the decision on you have to read your linebackers, read your defensive ends. Again, he's going to give it to number 12. Nowhere to go. Everybody on the tackle there for the Bobcats. Luke Schneider.
Ball carrier number 7, Derek.
Oh, I'm sorry. Number 7, Derek Robinson on the carry. The 5'10" junior.
Stops made by number 5,
Fourth
Mussett.
down.
Gain of a couple on the play.
Stopped by number 5, Dylan Mussett. Playing both sides. One of your few that are playing both sides of the football.
The starting quarterback is also a defender today.
Little rugby-style
nearly
kick
blocked.
by Dylan McClain.
Fair catch. McClain reels it in safely. The offense takes the field.
So again, Basehor's going to get their second possession of the game here. We're 6 minutes and 34 seconds left in the first quarter.
37, Jackson Jennings. First and 10, Bobcats.
Bobcats are going to take over just shy of their 50-yard line, just at the 48. The Lansing Lions 48-yard line. Dylan Mussett, number 5, their quarterback.
Bobcat 48.
Lansing only dresses 12 seniors. So they're a very young team. Cover 4 defense here. Giving plenty of respect to the Basehor-Linwood receivers. Pass over the middle. Thrown a little bit behind.
Vehicle with his lights on. Lights to play 690 LGR 3-4 Taurus. Full side lock.
For the Basehor receivers. Pull down lineman. Give to the corner. First down, Basehor-Linwood. On the ground. You get to complete pass.
Ball carrier number 24, McDaniel. Stop on the play, Dylan McClain. Gain of 14 on the play. First down for the Bobcats.
Run as well. You see Nolan Ford right here in the slot formation, and McDaniel on your normal running back right behind the quarterback just to the left. A.J. Cooper to your near side, number 1. 4 down linemen for the Lansing Lions. Like they're trying to prepare to stop that run. McDaniel. try as many linebackers and safeties trying to come up and hit once you get to the second and third level. He runs like one now. Mussett, two running backs, one to his left and one to his right. Jacob Coleman is in the near side. Low handoff, going to go to Nolan Ford. Stiff arms to the outside, going nowhere. First one to the ball, number 74, Connor Baker.
Ball carrier number 31, Nolan Ford.
Dylan McLean as well.
Short gain on the
And I can tell you this is unusual because they're giving a lot of respect to the pass. And we can't get past the Bobcats can't make it past the edge. If they can't run past 4 down linemen, it's going to be a long day.
Well, it's definitely going to be a different style across the board. Third and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. Mussett's going to drop back to pass. We got a penalty flag on the play, going to stop it early.
It's in the area of false start.
You talk about a contrasting style between these two teams. Last week, Basehor-Linwood passing 229 yards, rushed for 107 yards. Lansing only passed for 17 yards. Actually has passed the ball twice tonight. They only passed it one time last week. 261 yards rushing. So definitely a run-heavy team for Lansing and a very pass-heavy team. A little bit more balance on the Basehor-Linwood side, but definitely, the game plan here is looks like to stop the pass and make them run on them and prove that they can. And Lansing's doing a good job of that so far as we're in 3rd and 16, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, Mussett single back. Going to drop back. He likes Jacob Coleman in this situation. Not going to go anywhere as he gets sacked. Very excited defense. Number 60, Brett Pine, a 5'11", 195-pound senior, getting the sack and going to force the punt by the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats.
With a run-heavy team, you know that defensive line has to go against a run-heavy practice. So I assure you they're hard-nosed, and it's going to be difficult to run on them.
And we'll talk about it. We talk about the platoon system with the Basehor-Linwood team, as they like to run an offensive set, and then they also like to run defense separately out there as well. And I'm not sure that Lansing does that, so we're going to see how the fatigue, the stamina factor on that front seven, that front line factors in as we come into the game, because if they're running constantly on the offensive line and then they're trying to stop the run for the against the Bobcats, man, they're going to be, hopefully they're in shape, and it looks like Lansing so far is doing a pretty good job of staying healthy.
Well, fatigue is always going to be a factor in the outcome of any competition.
Ford with his second punt of the game. This one a little bit shorter, is going to land at the 20. Out of bounds about the 15-yard line, so it's a field position game.
I would consider that a successful punt, would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything inside the 20?
Anything inside the 20, and at this point you're playing a chess match. So if you can get everything and keep it on that half of the 20. So first and 10 for Lansing as they start their 3rd series of the game. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
So you can hear me now? Okay.
Handoff up the middle to the 17-yard line. Gain of a couple yards for the Lansing Lions. Connor McQuillan getting a lot of carries as he did last week as well. Your workhorse for the Lions.
Calling the plays from the sidelines, even though they're running this wing T offense.
Again, you got to have a very smart quarterback to do that. A lot of decisions to be made. Up the middle, quick handoff again. Little by little, chunk by chunk. what this really does is plays a lot of the, the clock. I mean, you own the clock when you can run the football like this and you can continue to move the chains. Lansing really doing a pretty good job of controlling that right now in what I would consider a high-powered offense of Basehor-Linwood. One thing is the best defense is to keep your offense out there.
And you can shorten the game by keeping that clock running.
Absolutely. Third down, so 3rd and 5 from the 22-yard line. Going to be a handoff to number 2. Stood up by a gang of Bobcats. Jace Friesen in there as well. Dylan McLean was the ball carrier. Not going to be enough, so it's going to bring up a 4th down for the Lansing Lions. And
last time they punted, it was nearly blocked. Watch this right edge here. Looks like they're going to opt for the quick rugby-style kick. Full protect.
I actually kind of like that in the
ooh, very close to blocked again.
I like that in the high school game. He's going to get a return out of this.
Catch it off the bounce. Oh, slippery field.
Slippery field obviously has rained quite a bit.
I think we're going to see special teams be a factor in this game. From what I can tell from right now, the Lansing Lions going full protect just to get the punt off. I think they realize the Bobcats are a threat off the edge. So I think we'll see a few good long returns this evening.
Definitely,
and make the difference.
And you judge that by scouting, right? By spinning that in the week and getting in the film room and understanding that. So good coaching on Lansing's part to understand a little bit of your weakness and where they're good at. And but yeah, the rugby style kick. Again, we're in a chess match. It seems like it's the same series over and over. But 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Basehor-Linwood with their 4th possession of the game. Mussett again looks to pass. Going to be the number 19 of Dylan Donnelly. Not going to be able to go very far. 2 yards. First completion.
First completion of the day.
Dylan Mussett. That's a victory if you're Lansing right now.
But it's also a victory for Mussett getting that first completion out of the way. And we'll see if he can get things rolling from here.
Definitely a middle game, first road game of the year. 2 seniors. Dylan Donnelly, a very active leader on this football team. Him and Dylan Mussett, vocal leaders. So getting them 2 involved is a good thing. Mussett, another quick pass.
That's a forward pass, an incomplete pass. Stops the clock.
It was actually a pretty nice play there by Dylan Donnelly to knock it away. I don't know if he intended to do it, but very easily could have been a pick 6 depending on if that ball floated a little bit.
He could feel the defender coming up to make a tackle or a play on the ball, and he did make a smart decision just to knock that ball down.
They like to go to A.J. Cooper here, especially with single coverage on the top side. A.J. Cooper, number 1.
Fumble on the play.
There's going to be a fumble on the play.
Bobcats recover.
Bobcats are going to recover, but that's going to bring up a 4th down.
You can see in the lights, the stadium lights, the mist moving across the field. I'm guessing it's making the field slick, the ball slick, and obviously a problem here.
Well, not only that, but it's done nothing but rain for the last 3 to 4 days. And this field, I was out on it early when I came in here today, and it is, while this is a brand new facility, only a couple of years old, it's still got a lot of weather to it. So we're going to take a quick break. That's the end of the first quarter. No score here on 810varsity.com.
Member FDIC.
For insurance and investment needs, Lansing looks to Dan Wilcott of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Stop by anytime at 611 Holiday Plaza or call 913-727-3213. That's 913-727-3213. Or visit danwilcott.fbfs.com.
And we are back. Second quarter action here between the Lansing Lions and Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. Mist in the air, a cool Friday night here in Lansing, Kansas. You can't ask for anything better. Nolan Ford back to punt.
Lansing has a return formation.
Ball getting slick out there. Nice punt. Gonna land at about the 20.
In the area of hitting a Lion defender. Great punt.
Ball's gonna stop at the 11-yard line, but yeah, if you're a Lansing defender, you gotta get away.
Get away, fire, fire, fire.
We, you know, in the youth football game, they yell Peter, 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 and I think every team has a little bit different of a call for that, but it means get away. So Lansing's gonna take over again, start to the second quarter. Very run-heavy team here, Lansing Lions, looking for their first victory in the United Kansas Conference. Band over there fired up. I mean, what a view that is, but you can see the little bit of a mist. You can't ask for better football weather, especially, you know, early September.
Well, it's easy to say covered up in the press box here.
Well. So again, that wing formation for Lansing. Quick handoff up the middle. Looks like a nice gain of 5 yards.
And you can see the Bobcat defense is not worried about the pass whatsoever.
Well, no, because Lansing only passed one time last week. So, and you're going to have to show it before I'm going to be worried about it. Connor McQuillan is their workhorse, and he just took the carry there. You know, but good luck trying to get through, you know, breaking off a run against this Bobcat defense that only allowed 6 points last week, and that was on the last play of the game. So Lansing's going to have its hands full, but, you know, just like a good boxer, body blows, body blows, body blows. Another run up the middle by McQuillan. Again, your workhorse. You know, Austin, I know your background obviously is in the fight game, right? The boxing game. When you boxed, you know, there's certain guys you boxed against, and you know I'm going to the body because I'm not going to be able to knock him out with one shot. I'm going to have to chop this tree down one at a time, and it looks like that's exactly Lansing's. You know, in high school football, you have to play with the players that you have, and if you don't have a quarterback that can sling it.
It is an effective strategy to go to the body. However, there are plenty of opponents that require a little more body work.
Sure.
To wear him down.
Exactly, and right there you see a great example of Connor McQuillan getting to the outside this time and actually picking up the first down. So middle outside, you know, catching those defensive ends and cornerbacks sleeping a little bit. So again, 1st and 10, 10:31 to go in the second quarter. No score here in Lansing, Kansas. Quick handoff up the middle again, nowhere to go. Looks like Brock. Ooh, who's on the tackle there? I'm trying to get a number there. Loss of 1 on the play.
And with this type of offense, you just assign 3 defenders to the 3 possible options for handoff.
Right.
We're going to tackle each player, whether they get the ball or not.
That's right. Oh, he's going to pass it this time. Still looking, got a hand on him. Goes down.
You know who that is.
Bobcats with the sack.
The one and only, Jace Friesen.
Looks like number 50, Jace Friesen. The kid that's definitely going to play college football. You know, outside of here, the problem, you know, not really a problem, but 6'1", 215 pounds. You know,
defensive lineman, you know, it's more of a linebacker build. However, he makes himself look like a 260-pound defensive lineman
all over
there.
the place. Very vocal leader on that defense there for Jace Friesen. So again, 3rd and 18. To the outside, going absolutely nowhere. Number 51.
Robinson had no chance.
Oh, I'm sorry. 61, Josh Wilcutt making the tackle there. Robinson on the carry. Loss of a couple yards, going to be 4th and 21. Look for that rugby. I'll tell you what, this punting game is going to be a huge difference.
Let's keep a close eye on this play here. Again, no gunners, no one running down to try to stop the long punt from being returned.
And you got Joe Phillips and Kyle Aaron.
It's going to roll right to a defender.
I'm sorry, 37. Jackson Jennings going to let it just roll. What a break for the Lansing Lions.
And I do not understand that one bit. He had plenty of time with no gunners from the edges. He had time to retrieve the punt, and to get some type of return.
True, but you have, playing devil's advocate here, as you start to see, and I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it looks like you can a little bit here, the rain is picking up a little bit. So who knows what the instructions were from Coach Stahlbaumer and that group of, hey, be careful with it, because having the ball is better than not having the ball, obviously. And, making the right move, and if he didn't trust himself to not fumble it. But, yeah, definitely could have been a big turning point. It was for Lansing. Definite flip of the field. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Again, Dylan Mussett, shotgun formation. Marlon McDaniel to his right. Be a quick handoff to McDaniel's, going absolutely nowhere.
That front four for Lansing, they're dominating the offensive line.
Very tough. Brett Pine on the tackle, number 60 for Lansing. Multiple tackles already on this game for Pine.
The Bobcats center, he's undersized. He's dealing with a big old boy right in front of him. 4 down linemen again. Zone coverage.
Looks like an option. Mussett's going to keep it as he gets a seam. Mussett past the 30 to the 35-yard line. Going to move the chains.
Tackled by number 10, Malachi Tennell.
Nice read there by Mussett to make that decision. But you talk about the center. For Basehor-Linwood is Colin Lucas, a senior that is a wrestler. Very tough young man. But, yeah, definitely undersized for a center, but very smart, very tough. But he's got his work cut out for him there with that defensive line.
Perfectly thrown ball
of Lansing.
In a great spot. Dropped by Jacob Coleman.
Coleman, a fantastic basketball player, already has an offer from Pittsburgh State University. On the basketball side, a lot of people questioning or wondering, at this point why he's going to play football, but I love it, man. It shows the toughness and definitely going to.
And he throws the gloves off.
I love it. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Mussett, quick handoff to McDaniel again. McDaniel up the field.
Breaks 1 tackle.
5-yard gain. And again, number 74, Connor Baker, all over the place. The kid is just a junior, but he's got great size, and he's just been in
Actually, announcer said 2nd and 5. It's actually 3rd and manageable.
Yep. 3rd and 5. Rain coming down a little bit more.
Coming down. It's actually coming sideways.
Sideways. Oop.
What?
Coleman.
Some confusion in the backfield.
His receiver switching him around here. 12 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time. McDaniel again up the middle. Just short of the 1st down. Going to make a decision time here. If you're Rod Stahlbaumer, Austin, what are you doing?
I go ahead and go for it here.
He's going for it.
The Lions haven't shown that they can move the ball on the Bobcats. I think it's a smart decision.
I don't know. Let's see. Nolan's backing up.
Even though we're at midfield, that's still a long field, a long way to go for the Lions. It does look like Nolan Ford is back to punt.
Going to play the chess game. And Nolan's done a great job of punting so far, so why not move it back if you can get the same kind of leverage on the punt and possibly get a roll here.
Lansing worried about the fake.
Nice punt again.
High punt. It's going to roll. Oh, a Lions bounce.
So Lansing's going to take over.
And the field was flipped. It wasn't a great punt, but it was long enough, and there was no return, so effective to say the least.
Well, and your defense is, if you're the Bobcats, your defense has done a good job of stifling the running attack of Lansing, so you're able to play that chess match a little bit. You don't feel like you're going to need 28 points to win the football game, so you make that decision, and I think it's the right decision to make.
6 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Are you surprised there's no score?
I am, actually. I'm very surprised by the front defensive line and offensive line of Lansing and the lack of passing game for Basehor-Linwood. Three down linemen. Quick handoff again up the middle. Ooh, going to break one. Hold on. Saving tackle there. Great run by number 5, McQuillan. You know, he's starting to hit that body blow.
Or with the two safeties up so close to the line of scrimmage, that is a threat.
So that was a gain of 13, going to be another first down. But the Lansing Lions, 5:55 to go here in the second quarter. Still no score.
And again, same formation.
You know, you got to appreciate that. Another handoff here by McQuillan. Right back up the gut again. Jace Friesen on the tackle. You know, you can kind of appreciate that by Lansing. It's hey, this is what I'm going to do. Stop me.
Well, that's 2 carries in a row for number 5. Let's see if they'll go to a different option here.
Well, like you talked about earlier, you have different options in the same set, so you have to keep your eye on that, as well as, you know, we know they're going to go outside at some point, so you've got to be able to stay honest and stay outside, stay home when that handoff to number 7 happens. And there it is, just as we talked about.
It's blocked well.
And the Bobcats did exactly what we talked about.
That's 9 Bobcats. I only saw 2 white jerseys not in on that tackle.
You count better than I do. But yeah, Derek Robinson, you could almost see that coming. You know, McQuillan up the middle, and then getting Robinson to the outside. I mean, it definitely works. But you've got to be able to block for it, and you're hopefully trying to catch the defense off guard, and Bobcat defense did a great job.
I think here they could go back to number 5. I wouldn't consider the Bobcats on their heels with 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 right at the 50-yard line. Really no threat to pass at this point, so you're just stack the box. Lansing is going to pass. There it is from the Robinson, not able to catch it, instantly goes to his head.
Number 7 drops the pass and had his hands on his head before the ball hit the ground. I think there might have been another chance for him to catch that ball.
Well, and you hear footsteps as well.
That's true.
You know, coming at you. So, but hey, great defensive stand there by the Bobcats. And here we go again. It's 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go.
And once again, full protect. We'll see if the Bobcats can catch this punt out of the air and get a return here.
Or if the Lions can pin him deep. Great punt.
Punted way out of bounds.
35-yard line, so a 15-yard punt.
I'm curious if they will punt the ball in play again this game. I think they can sense that it's not smart to punt, to outkick the coverage and then wait on a return from the Bobcats.
Well, they've got the wind of their back right now. The Bobcats again will take over. Quick handoff again to McDaniel up the middle. They're going to use 24 as a workhorse. He's still running, 190 pounds. He's to the 40, being chased down by number 5 for the Lansing Lions. But McQuillan, which is their running back, makes the tackle as well. But Marlon McDaniel, finally, your first big play of the game.
And I'll tell you what, they're giving multiple carries to McQuillan, and he's having to run down 30 yards to chase down big 24
My man's
McDaniel.
Gonna sleep well tonight. You know what's surprising is that, you know, Basehor-Linwood's workhorse is number 31 of Nolan Ford, and really has not got a ton of carries tonight. That's really been 24 Marlon McDaniel. And this is a kid, man. I'll tell you what, if you let him eat, he's gonna do work for you.
Both offenses using misdirection.
Yes.
Bobcats doing it in a little different fashion. False start.
False start. Again, though, I'm definitely impressed with the Lansing defensive line. Obviously giving up the big play there, but
as you can see, you mentioned earlier, the body work. Who will wilt first? And I think we're seeing a little bit of a tired defensive line here.
You know, and I'll give credit to both sides, but really that comes in the summer, right? Your strength conditioning, your work. How much work did you put in? How are you coming in healthy? How are you coming in with the stamina and the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats? Strength conditioning coach of Coach Weiser, coming from Emporia State, you know, that's one thing that they're known for. Again, McDaniel up the middle, still pushing.
And that's just the offensive line. outworking the defensive line. Great push, great hole. I can see this continuing to happen all the way into the end zone before halftime.
And that's the goal right now if you're Rod Stahlbomber. You want to just continue to run it. You don't want to leave any time left on the clock. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left into the second quarter. No score right now, Lansing and Basehor-Linwood.
And Lansing still in this cover 4 coverage.
They're very scared of the pass right now, but you take what you can get. So they're gonna heavy dose of 24.
Another great
McDaniel
hole.
again.
He has not been tackled on first contact, and I don't think he will be from here on out. It looks like the defense is wearing down. McDaniel seems to be heating up.
Well, again, we're talking about 190 pounds, and at the high school level, that's, you know, the way that this guy runs, that's going to take a toll on you. You know, that defensive line for Lansing's a big defensive line, but like you talked about, he's getting to that second level. Going to be 2nd and 8.
Actually, first down.
Oh, did I get a he did get a first down on that one. So the 15 yards back by 24 McDaniel. Look for a quick pass here, possibly to Jacob Coleman. They like to go to the fade. Nope.
Another McDaniel handoff.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. McDaniel again.
And
McDaniel.
a big hit by number 2, Dylan McLean.
McLean's a hitter, man. I'll tell you what, he's all over the field as well.
McLean 170, McDaniel 195, both seniors. You know, this means a lot to seniors. Every year is the same.
Sure. And again, the first United Kansas Conference game for both of these guys. They want to pick up that W. I'd be surprised here if Coach Stahlbomber throws the football anymore in this half. I don't see any reason to.
Maybe Nolan Folder get the carry here.
No, but he's going to throw, so nice safe pass.
A missed tackle, and he's going to walk in for the touchdown.
It's like Dylan Donnelly, number 19, going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Basehor-Linwood. Your first score of the game, 2 minutes and 1 second left in your second quarter. You know, that's just as good as a run right there. You're just trying to get outside the box. Nice, safe, easy pass. I believe it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Just taking advantage of those cornerbacks sitting back 7-10 yards, giving such a huge cushion. Lulled them to sleep with the inside run.
Yeah, absolutely. Nate Parkinson on the extra point attempt. In the rain, against the wind.
Last week, did not miss a single extra point, so he's batting 1,000 for the year.
Announcer's jinx.
See if we'll keep the streak alive here. Kick is up, and it's good.
It is good. Very nice leg. He replaces a great kicker in Parker Rust last year. We will be right back here on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Kicking into the wind.
We are back. Bobcats kicking off after their touchdown. Going to be a short kickoff, very returnable. All over. Malachi with the return.
Kyle Alcantar on the stop.
And I'll tell you what, he grabbed onto him and he looked like a fish that just got caught. He wasn't letting go of that hook.
And of course, a well-coached team is going to gang tackle. And right behind Alcantar was a couple other Bobcats to help bring him down.
I'll tell you what, again, I'm impressed by Lansing and the ability to, you know, stick with what they brought in and stick with it. You know, it's not easy to keep a team like Basehor-Linwood at just 7 points. Last year, it was a 7-point difference in the game. It was 20-13. Basehor-Linwood taking the victory. So Lansing, you know, definitely knows how to play and slug out games like this. So but what can they do in a minute 54?
Well, they're going to run the ball. There are no wide receivers here. But I think if we can, and this is not good. It's a false start on the lines. It's going to push him back. We'll start with 1st and 15. It also, the clock is still stopped.
Right.
You know, 2 minutes is a long time.
Especially in high school football. I've seen a lot of things happen in high school. I've seen 21 points go up.
And the Bobcats have 3 timeouts. I think they're going to get a chance to get the ball back if we can get a 3-and-out here.
Luke Schneider, your quarterback under center. Again, 3 running backs behind him. He's going to quarterback sneak it. I think at that point we're just trying to keep the clock running if you're Lansing.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. Clock still running. And it looks like Coach Stahlbaumer may be content to get into halftime up 7-0. And get the ball after halftime.
You do get the ball, so I think that that plays a little bit of a factor. But I wonder if you don't call a timeout right there. You have all 3 of them left. And see if you can't get the ball back. But like you said, he's going to allow it to possibly go in.
I think if they stop him here, we'll see a quick timeout.
Well, and they're about to. Handoff to number 4, Bridget. Just a gain of 3, a minute 10. Going to let the clock run.
And if I were the Lansing Lions, I'm going to take my sweet time.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They have 15 seconds on the play clock. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and probably take the penalty.
And I'm guessing with the humidity, the precipitation, that's the reason they're not going to call some timeouts and maybe take a couple shots in the end zone. And, hey, points are hard to come by.
We do have a timeout. Lansing calling a timeout this time, which is surprising to me.
I don't understand that at all. And you know what it may do? May give Coach Stahlbaumer a chance to change his mind and go ahead and take a shot.
Well, it depends on what happens in this play, right? You've got, you know, you stop them. We already know the punting situation. You know,
I think we'll at least see a punt. I think we'll at least see that here. And
definitely, you call the timeout after this play no matter what. If you get the stop, if you're Lansing, you know, it's 3rd and 6.
Points have been hard to come by.
They have been. That's very true. Yeah, no matter what at this situation, I'm forcing you to punt. Thank you for joining us here on 810varsity.com. Again, my name is Rodney White. I'm alongside Austin Ford, Jim McClint. On the producers here for us, making sure we're getting set up and taken care of. Mr. McClint Locke, I appreciate you driving down from Topeka in the rain. You know, we've known each other a lot on social media. We've only seen each other a couple different times, but
that's the way things are nowadays.
It is. It's probably now that he's seen me in person, he understands why I don't allow anybody else to see me. So
you sound better than you look. I'll give you that.
5 down linemen. You got a linebacker creeping up there as well for the Bobcats. 3 running backs. Quick up the middle by McQuillan. See if we get a quick timeout call by Stahlbaumer. We do. Ooh, they're still letting the clock down. They lost about 5 seconds there.
And I'll tell you what.
You forced him to punt.
And having 2 timeouts with 33 seconds to go, it actually is kind of smart.
I would have called him earlier.
Well, leave no time on the clock.
But yeah, the last punt, 15 yards, right? If that happens at this point, you know, you're looking at 55-yard field, and you've got a kicker. I know it's against the wind and the rain, but why not?
Parkinson.
You've got a kicker that, hey, why not let him eat?
And I'd like to see him do his first attempt of the season.
If you're making it in this one tonight, you better call a college up and say, hey, watch this game film because look what I can do. I'm actually anxious to see what, you know,
the Bobcats have to field this punt.
What's that?
The Bobcats have to field this punt.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Back to receive for the Bobcats. You got number 25, Kyle Alcantar and Jackson Jennings. Ooh, they're going to possibly send the house after him. Oh, nope. Alcantara and Jennings are going to fade back. Rugby-style kick coming. Nope. There it is. Nice punt.
This will be returned.
Nope. He's going to kneel it down at the 20.
He called for a fair catch.
He did. All right, 27 seconds left to go. Let's see what happens here. If the Bobcats can just take a knee.
I think they will.
And go ahead and take your chances and go into halftime, or
I think
do
you
they
take
take
a
a
knee.
shot?
I think you take a knee. You go into the locker room at halftime up 7. Points are hard to come by. 7 at this point is basically 3 touchdowns.
Well, and you are against the wind, and it is the rain, but this is why you and I are a little bit different when we play Madden, because I'm going to launch it to A.J. Cooper and see if A.J. Cooper can catch it, the number 1 speedy receiver on the outside, as he's been shown that he can get behind a defense, and we know Mussett can get it there.
But we can see the Lions defense. What is beyond cover 4? There are 25 yards deep.
Yeah, you got to make the tackle as well. So that 7 defensive backs, gonna be a nice a draw.
And what a great tackle!
Great tackle there by number 61. Nolan Ford on
Clay
the carry.
Brown on the stop. Clay Brown, another senior.
Yeah.
6'2",
Very
215. And they're going to just let this
6
clock wind
seconds to
down.
go. We're gonna.
Oh, they're going to take. Mussett's hurt in a hurry.
He's gonna get it off. Let's see what happens. Nice screen pass. Nolan Ford on the carry.
He's got a shot here.
Got a. Well, that'll help the stats
No
out.
penalties.
Nolan Ford on the carry.
That'll end the half.
That will end the half. Basehor-Linwood 7, Lansing 0 here on 810varsity.com. Hang around, go get you something to eat. Sit back in the very nice warm confines of your home or wherever you're at. We will be back to catch the second half.
Well, it's only a 10-minute halftime, so
Trust has been a proud supporter of area high school athletics since 1856. With locations in Leavenworth, Lansing, and throughout northeast Kansas, plus online banking for local and military at myexchangebank.com. That's myexchangebank.com. Exchange Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
For insurance and investment needs, Lansing looks to Dan Wilcott of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Stop by anytime at 611 Holiday Plaza or call 913-727-3213. That's 913-727-3213. Or visit danwilcott.fbfs.com.
Chiefs checking from Community America gets you closer to the game. Is there any better way to get closer?
Hey, man. Go long. Chiefs checking from Community America.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Paying your bill, or filing a claim. At Briar Payne Mead, we always think about your insurance. It's what we do. Buying a car, having a baby, building a home, starting a business. Then it's time to call BPM at 913-681-099 or visit us on the web at bpminsurance.com. Great service and extremely competitive rates from the top-rated companies. Briar Payne Mead, 913-681-099. That's 913-681-099.
Whether it be auto, home, life, umbrella, small business, or specialty coverages, Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance looks forward to helping you make a wise decision for your future. Jeff's been a long-time resident of Liberty and is happy to answer any questions you might have. Give Jeff a call at 816-792-1415 or visit farmersagent.com/jwatt. Jeff Watt of Farmers Insurance, a proud supporter of the Liberty community and athletics.
We're back here with the second half kickoff. Here in Lansing, Kansas, rain still coming down. Basehor-Linwood 7, Lansing 0 as we start our second half. Lansing will kick off. Joe Phillips back to receive, along with Jackson Jennings for the Bobcats. Charlie Plessel, your kicker for Lansing, to start the second half. Kicking with the wind. And is Lansing. Nice booming kick. Bobcats return to the middle of the field. Going to break a seam. Let's see if we can. Nice tackle there to stop the pursuit. Malachi Tindall on the tackle. Jackson Jennings with a return to the 41-yard line. Nice return for the Bobcats as they start their second half, looking to double up the score here, start early. See what kind of halftime adjustments are made by the Lions here. As they were very, very defensively pass conscious. 4 down linemen for the Lansing Lions. Very concerned about the edges there as your linebackers are spread out. Mussett looking to pass. Gonna kill the play early on. Dead ball foul, false start on the Bobcats. We'll back them up. Not the way Coach Stahlbomber wanted to start the second half, but you give and take a little bit. Dylan Mussett, your senior quarterback, number 5 for the Bobcats. Also a basketball player, dual sports star for Basehor-Linwood. Nolan Ford and Marlon McDaniel in the backfield. Right behind Mussett. Again. Dead ball. False start on the Bobcats. So more movement for the Bobcats, not the way you want to start out the second half, negating the huge return. Going to bring up a 1st and 20 situation. Different play call, 3 wide receivers to Mussett's left, single back. Marlon McDaniel as your check down. Quick screen underneath, not really going to go anywhere. Nice tackle by number 18. Liam Terry. Dylan Donnelly on the reception. Liam Terry with his first tackle of the game. Just a sophomore, 5'8" sophomore with a nice tackle there. Playing a little bit of outside linebacker, moves to the inside. Run option there. Mussett's going to make the pitch late. McDaniel to the outside, to the 45, to the 50. A hard man to bring down, but does get a big chunk back. A gain of 15 yards. Bryson Raymond on the stop, along with Clay Brown. Be 3rd down and a long 2 here for the Bobcats. Considered a small victory if they are able to convert this 1st down and keep the drive moving, considering the way that this second half started. Mussett, quick handoff. Actually, he's going to keep it himself. Mussett up the middle, still on his feet. Spins around to the 36-yard line. Dylan Mussett calls his own number, and that will be good enough for a Bobcat 1st down. Gain of 12 for Dylan Mussett. Looks like number 52 limping off the sidelines there. Colin Lucas, the center. Colin Lucas here, so we get a new center. Keep an eye on that. Mussett again in the shotgun formation. Handoff Nolan Ford. Actually, Mussett's going to keep it himself again. Gain of 5. 61. Clay Brown on the tackle again.
Stop on the play, Bridget. Gain of 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 3 for the Bobcats.
So a 2nd and 3 for Basehor-Linwood. Dylan Donnelly in that slot formation. It's like timeout Lansing.
Timeout, Lansing Lions.
As they sense some momentum by the Bobcats right now, going to try to stop it early. Basehor-Linwood driving. The half started with a great kickoff return by Jennings, followed up by a couple false start penalties by the Bobcats, which obviously moved them back, and then a heavy dose of Marlon McDaniel and Dylan Mussett to gain those yards back, and currently on the 31-yard line are the Bobcats of Basehor-Linwood. Here on 810varsity.com in Lansing, Kansas. Basehor-Linwood 7, Lansing 0 on a nice, cool, rainy night for Friday night football.
2nd and 3 for the Bobcats.
Mussett, again, shotgun formation. McDaniel to his right. So he can drop back to pass. Had a receiver open. Fumbles the football out of bounds.
Loose ball on the play.
Looks like no loss of at the time.
Bobcats fumble out of bounds. No gain, 3rd down.
So no loss, no gain there either way. No harm, no foul. Going to bring up
60, Brett Pine.
3rd down. 2 wide receivers to the left of Mussett. 1 to the right is Jacob Coleman. 2 touchdowns last week for Coleman. 2-back set. Looks like Nolan Ford on the carry, going nowhere. Defensive line by Lansing, holding serve. Going to bring up a decision
Ball carrier, number 31, Nolan Ford.
for Rod Stahlbomber.
Play, number 76, Garrett Weekus, and number 4, Jordan Bridget.
Jordan Bridges on the tackle for Lansing.
Gain of 1 yard on the play, 4th and 2.
So 4th and 2. Looks like Basehor-Linwood is going to go for it. Single back, shotgun formation. Look for another draw here. No, looks like it's going to be Nolan Ford around the edge. If he can get there or get the first down, he does. Lowers the shoulder. Pushed out of bounds by number 7, Derek Robinson. But Nolan Ford does get around that edge to pick up the first down.
Stop on the play, number 3, Trey Matt Pledger. Gain of 7 yards, Bobcat first.
7-yard pickup for 31 of Nolan Ford, the senior. That. Marlon the ball carrier.
On the play, number 74, Connor Baker.
No gain. Connor Baker on this tackle for Lansing.
2nd and 12.
Actually, a loss of 2 yards. 2nd and 12 for Basehor-Linwood. 4 down linemen for Lansing. Linebackers are spread outside, so your defensive ends are more of a linebacker in this situation. Dylan Donnelly in motion, but they're going to call the play dead again. Dead ball foul. False start. 3rd penalty on the Bobcats.
2nd and 17.
This half, this drive actually. Second and 10. 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Two-back set. Shotgun formation, Dylan Mussett. Mussett looking for Jacob Coleman. Overthrows the 6'5" receiver. Incomplete. Not the passing night that Mussett was looking for that he had last week, but with the weather that we have right now and the rain coming in, definitely a factor. You know, not very windy per se, but that ball is slick. Three receivers to the left. Coleman again, same formation. Looks for Coleman deep in the end zone. Jump ball. Is there going to be a flag? No flag either way. Possible offensive pass interference there, but did not. The ref held the flag in his pocket. So they did take a shot, the first shot of the game. Connor McQuillan all over the field tonight. Your quarterback for the Lions, and I'm sorry, your running back for the Lions, and you're guarding the best, tallest receiver. Trying to take advantage of the situation when it comes to height or lack of height. 4th and 16 for the Bobcats here. So do or die time for this drive. Pressure from the outside. Mussett picked off. Flag is on the play. There is a flag down, but picked off to the outside by number 2, Dylan McLean. Lansing Lions going nuts over there. Couple flags down. Let's see what these are. But Mussett trying to throw in a double coverage. And the ball was picked off by McLean and returned back to the 38-yard line.
The pick was number 2, Dylan McLean for the Lions. Tackle number 62, Victor Morano.
Couple flags on the field. Officials gathering to talk about it. Take this time to thank you guys for tuning in. Shoot me a tweet if you're listening out here, Rodney1904. Let me know where you're listening from. I know we've got a couple people out in the Nevada area. Looks like a penalty going to be on the Bobcats. Penalties declined. First down, Lansing, so the interception will hold. Lansing will take over, looking to tie the score up. Again, it's 7-0, Basehor-Linwood.
The first penalty was declined, holding against the Bobcats.
So it was holding on the initial play, the initial offensive play. They did decline that, Lansing did. And now Lansing with great field position on the 48-yard line. Trying to make something happen. Again, that same 3-back set that we've seen, very consistent.
Face mask against the Bobcats. Lions will have it Bobcat territory on the 48.
Lansing taking over. Very heavy defensive stand there by the defensive front line, but a push for 5 yards. Quarterback keeper Luke Schneider on the carry picks up a nice 5-yard gain. It's almost like they let him know what was coming because Basehor-Linwood had all of their linebackers up on the line of scrimmage. Again, trying to stack the box, going to force them to throw. No wide receivers out for the Lansing Lions, so it's pretty obvious what's going to happen here. Whoa, the quarterback runs into it. They're going to buy some time. Broken play. Luke Schneider on the run.
Quarterback keeper on the play, number 12, Luke Schneider.
Luke Schneider with the big pickup.
Number 37,
Jackson Jennings with the tackle, but 18 yards.
That's good for
for the first down for Lansing. Lansing on the move. Lansing putting together a nice second half drive here. 6:41 to go. Handoff up the middle. First tackle missed. Pushing the pile. That's going to be another first down. Connor McQuillan on the carry. Lansing with some pep in their step right now as they're moving the football. The ball to the 22-yard line. Really starting to put some pressure on that defensive line of Basehor-Linwood. Looks like their running back's calling for a timeout, but they're not going to the coaching staff. Quarterback keeper again, Schneider around the edge. Nice tackle by Brock Hofer.
Luke Schneider, quarterback carry. Stop made by number 3, Brock Hofer. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd and 7.
Hofer on the stop. 2nd and 7 is Lansing again after that interception. Putting together a couple nice runs here. Luke Schneider, the quarterback, really trying to take over this quarter. Quick handoff up the middle. McQuillan still on his feet, having a tough time bringing him down. He's down to the 5-yard line. Should be good enough for another first down. First and goal for Lansing. The quick handoff. McQuillan, actually the quarterback's going to keep it this time. Or McQuillan does get it. Down to the 5-yard line.
McQuillan on the carry. Gain of a yard. Stops made by Jackson Jennings. Also in on the stop for the Bobcats,
Jace Friesen in on the stop. 5 minutes and 3 seconds left in the third quarter. Bobcats 7, Lansing right now on the 4-yard line trying to even the score. Luke Schneider, quarterback keeper, not going anywhere. Definitely going to have 4 opportunities here to punch it in if you're Lansing.
Gain of a couple on the play.
Very, very heavy run right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see a fake run and a tight end squeezing out for a wide open pass or something of that nature. Schneider under center. McQuillan, number 5, right behind him. Going to go to McQuillan. And no, they're calling him short. Nice stand, but
Ball carrier Connor McQuillan on the play.
be down on the half-yard line.
Just short of the goal line. Brings up 4th down.
So 4th down and inches here. At this point, I'm thinking you're going to call the quarterback keeper again as he's pushed it here. They're calling a timeout. Bobcats all over the field trying to get a timeout right now. Finally getting the attention. But timeout, 4th down. So timeout, Basehor-Linwood here on 810varsity.com.
For insurance and investment needs, Lansing looks to Dan Wilcott of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Stop by anytime at 611 Holiday Plaza or call 913-727-3213. That's 913-727-3213. Or visit danwilcott.fbfs.com.
Back at it here, 4th and 1. Flag on the play. Offsides on the Bobcat. Really, Bobcats really doesn't make much of a difference. There's no opportunity to get a first down. So just going to move it that much closer. Action going on here by Lansing.
Holding number 7, Derek Robinson. Kick the extra point, number 16, Charlie Plessel.
Plessel to kick the extra point. It's like flag going to push it back a little bit. That's 4 minutes. They're chanting his name right now. Going to make a movie out of this if he can make this extra point.
Left in the third.
4:05 left in the third quarter. Four minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Lansing finally finds the scoreboard and ties it up here. 7-7 is your score. Nice boot. Return back to the middle. Got a couple blockers. Spins. Still on his feet. Jennings down to the 25-yard line again. A great return for the Bobcats. Junior Tatum. 60 yards on the return. Longest return of the year so far by Jackson Jennings. So the Bobcats will take over at their own 28-yard line. Dylan Mussett, shotgun formation. Marlon McDaniel to his left. Quick handoff to McDaniel. Hesitates just a little bit again. Not able to be brought down on first contact as he's close to a first down. So gain of 9, actually going to be short of the first down. Second and 1 at the 14-yard line. Another quick handoff. McDaniel breaks it free for the first down. McDaniel, the heavy dose tonight for the Bobcats.
We will draw a 50-50 winner at third quarter.
Keeping it on the ground here. 2 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Musset's going to keep it around the left-hand side. Musset, hard hit at the goal line. Dylan Musset gets in for the Bobcat touchdown. Musset with the hard hit right there at the goal line, but able to fire through. So a quick score by the Bobcats. Bobcats, Nate Parkinson out for the extra point. Student sections back and forth, cheering on their teams, chanting their classmates' names on a nice environment here for high school football. Every point crucial tonight. Extra point on the way. Snaps high. Donnelly going to take it himself. Going to throw it. Not able to find the receiver, Jacob Coleman. I'm not sure if that was designed, but the way he got up and took off.
Exchange Bank and Trust has been a proud supporter of area high school athletics since 1856. With locations in Leavenworth, Lansing, and throughout Northeast Kansas, plus online banking for local and military at myexchangebank.com. That's myexchangebank.com. Exchange Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back, a10varsity.com. Here in Lansing, Kansas. My name is Rodney White. Two minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We have a great football game here for you. Hopefully you're at home in the nice, cool confines of your living room or watching on your phone or laptop, however you're watching it. I like to actually pull it up on my my Roku and put it on the big screen there. So be interested to see how you guys are watching it.
Also number 2, Dylan McClain.
As we bring you the action here. Kickoff, Bobcats. Dylan McClain back for the Lions. Got some blockers ahead of him. Can get to the outside edge. Nice tackle there by Jackson Jennings, number 37, to make the solo tackle.
Kickoff return number 3, Trey Matt Pledger. Stops made by number 37, Jackson Jennings. 18-yard kickoff.
So 2 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lansing Lions will take over possession. Lansing again on their last drive, able to finally find the end zone. Heavy dose of run up the middle. A lot of quarterback sneaks and a lot of
1st and 10 on the 34.
number 5 McQuillan. And see if they go back to it. Looks like going to be a quarterback keeper. Schneider on a 5-yard gain.
Quarterback keeper on the play, Luke Schneider.
Schneider, their workhorse right now, also playing cornerback.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
So 4 down linemen for the Bobcats. Press coverage on their receivers. Little different formation actually this time from Lansing. You're starting to spread out on some receivers. McQuillan to the outside. He's going to get a corner. McQuillan to the 50. Out of bounds right about the 40-yard line. Some adjustments being made by the Lions here. Coming out of that tight formation and spreading the field a little bit, finally finding the edge. That's going to be a first down. Which looks like they're going to give it right about the 45, 44-yard line where he stepped out of bounds. 1 minute, 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bobcats 13, Lions 7. Going to keep it himself for a couple yards. Again, Schneider.
Stop on the play, Jace Friesen.
Jace Friesen on the stop, number 50. A lot of communication going on by both sides as Lansing's looking over to get the play in. A lot of hand signals spreading the field. Really a different formation that we're used to seeing here for Lansing. Threatened a little bit. Another quarterback keeper by Schneider going nowhere. The defensive line of Basehor-Linwood holds serve.
Quarterback keeper. Short gain on the play. Stops made by Josh Wilcott.
Josh Wilcott on the stop. Third and 9. Handoff to the outside. Brock Hofer, first one to get there. Not going to be enough for a first down, but more than likely 4-down situation.
Stop by number 15, Mason Capper. Gain of 3.
Mason Capper on the stop for the Bobcats. 4th and 3. Looks like going to be the end of our third quarter action here. So hot and heavy coming at you for the fourth quarter right here on a10varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit Blue Springs 10varsity.com.
Freshman is a key.
And we're back here on a10varsity.com in Lansing, Kansas for the final quarter. We've got a great one. Basehor-Linwood 13, Lansing 7. Lansing's going to punt. Well, they're going to fake it. Going absolutely nowhere. Brought down by Jace Friesen, Brock Hofer, and a couple other Bobcats. They were not fooled on that 4th and 3 fake punt.
Number 11, Joe Phillips.
Going to switch sides there. Basehor-Linwood will take over on the 43-yard line. Mussett again in that shotgun formation. Quick handoff, McDaniel again up the middle. He's got a seam. Nice tackle, big hit by the Lansing Lions, Tremont Pledger.
Stops made by number 3, Tremont Pledger. Also in on the stop, number 4, Jordan Bridget. Gain of 7 on the play, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3, gain of 7 by McDaniel. 11 minutes, 30 seconds to go in your ball game. Shotgun formation, Dylan Mussett. Quick handoff again to 24, going absolutely nowhere. Big 74 on the stop for the Lansing Lions. Been all over the place tonight, to be quite honest with you. Connor Baker.
Also in on stop, number 74, Connor Baker.
Connor Baker, big man, probably 7-8 tackles tonight. Really holding serve on that defensive line. You can see he's a grown man out there. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. A.J. Cooper to the near side. Mussett, quick out. Nowhere to go. Played nicely. But the Lansing Lion defense. Looks like it was complete to Dylan Donnelly. I'm sorry, Matt McKnight on the reception. 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to ask for a measurement from the officials here to just see how close we are and obviously give us a little bit more time to get to make sure we've got the spot right.
Officials timeout for measurement.
So we're going to measure on the field. See just how far the Bobcats need to go. So right at a full yard. Fourth and 1. Shotgun formation for Mussett. Gonna keep it himself. Ooh, I don't think he got it. Oh, they're signaling for a first down. Jim says they got it. You got better eyes than I do. So they did get it. Dylan Mussett on the carry. On a crucial first down, that's 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So as the clock winds down, Bobcats 13, Lansing 7. You know, it would have been great field position for Lansing to take over there, but Bobcats retain. Quick handoff, McDaniel going absolutely nowhere. 3 Lansing Lions all over the place. For McDaniel. Tackled by Christian Last. So loss of 2. That's 2nd and 11. The clock continues to run. 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Shotgun formation for Dylan Mussett. 2 deep safeties. Going to be a option situation. Dylan's going to keep it himself. He'll gain his 2 yards back, but that's about it.
Quarterback keeper on the play. Stop's made by number 4, Jordan Bridget.
Jordan Bridget on the stop. Can bring up a 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9 for the Bobcats.
Two wide receivers to the far side, one to the near side. Fake handoff. Mussett looking to pass. He's got Nolan Ford underneath. Ford picks up a crucial first down to the 29-yard line. Continues the drive moving. 8 minutes and 28 seconds to go. For the Bobcats, great play call there. So they fake the handoff, roll out Mussett to the right side. And we're able to find a wide open Nolan Ford. So back to 2 receivers to the near side, shotgun formation. Back to the ground again, this time to Nolan Ford up the middle. Nice run. Nice tackle up front as well for Lansing. Looks like Malik Benson, number 1. Looks like Jordan Bridget again, I'm sorry. 4 looks like a 1. Jordan Bridget on the stop. He's made quite a few tonight for the Lansing Lions. Ball at the 28-yard line. I'm sorry, 24-yard line. 7 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. Every time the chain moves, the clocks continue to run. It's exactly what Basehor-Linwood's looking for right now, to keep the clock running. Lansing with 4 down linemen, linebackers up. Looks like an end around to Dylan Donnelly. Donnelly wants to stay in bounds, and he does. Not able to pick up any yardage there.
Stops made, number 2, Dylan McClay.
Dylan McClay on the stop. That's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Bobcats. 3rd and 7, 7 minutes to go in the game here on 810varsity.com. Basehor-Linwood 13, Lansing 7. Basehor trying to stretch out this lead. As time winds down, Mussett, again, shotgun formation. Going to give it over to Nolan Ford. Ford to the outside. He's going to pass. He's got a wide open receiver. Nolan Ford. Halfback pass to Dylan Donnelly. To Dylan Donnelly. Touchdown Bobcats. But we've got a flag on the play that is going to bring it back.
Halfback pass number 31, Nolan Ford, to number 19, Dylan Donnelly.
Holding on the Bobcats.
Holding is the call against the offense.
What a turning point, possible turning point in this game. That was 3rd and 7. Going to replay the down, going to go 3rd and 12. From the 40-yard line. Oh, 3rd and 17. So again, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the near side. A.J. Cooper to the far side with a running back right behind Mussett's going to be your formation. Lansing, 3 down linemen. They're going to bring up the outside linebackers to try to clear that edge as well, to try to stop anything from getting to the outside. I feel like Mussett's going to throw it here. Oh, no, a quick draw. Nolan Ford and absolutely nowhere to go. And big man 74 all over the play once again. Connor Baker on the tackle. It looks like we're going to see a punt situation from the Bobcats. So what a huge turn of events. Taking a touchdown off the board, and now Basehor-Linwood having to punt with 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Back deep for the Lions, number 2, Dylan McClain. Number 3, Trey Matt Pleasure.
Dylan McClain back to receive. Nolan Ford to punt. Nice kick. Going to land about the 15, go out of bounds just about the, looks like the 15-yard line's where they're going to call it. A lot of field left to play. A lot of time left for the Lansing Lions. 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. Welcome back to 810varsity.com. 2 wide receivers split out. Shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle to number 5. Just a couple yards.
Ball carrier Connor McQuillan on the play.
McQuillan again, early on in this quarter, Lansing came out in a unique, for them, unique setup.
Yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
Kind of went away from the traditional wishbone that they've been running. You're seeing it here again. Shotgun formation, single back set. Trying to spread the field a little bit. Nowhere to be. Broken play. It looks like Brock Hofer all over, not able to get to the quarterback. Snyder does throw it away, stopping the clock, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So pressure on the quarterback. Again, Lansing not known to throw the football a whole lot, and you can kind of see it there. Possible broken play. As Derek Robinson, number 7, was in motion at about the time that Schneider was able to take the snap. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be a handoff or what, but they've had some success getting around the edge. Schneider again, shotgun formation. Going to go to Robinson again this time. Up the middle, finds a seam. Robinson to the 40-yard line for a 1st down. Robinson says, "Get off me." Looks like that was possibly the play they were going to run before. Now you see why.
Number 15, Mason Capper.
Mason Capper on the stop. Robinson on the carry. Schneider looking for the play call, shotgun formation. Got McQuillan next to him. Gonna hand it off to McQuillan, trying to get around the edge. He will get around the edge. Jackson Jennings there to stop him, but not before a 1st down for the Lansing Lions. They are moving the football, folks. We have ourselves a football game, 4 minutes and 32 seconds left. Both teams still have 3 timeouts. Lansing 1st down. Defense right now trying to hold for the Bobcats. We talked about fatigue earlier on in that stamina. We're seeing where that plays off right now. Shotgun, back to pass. Robinson on the catch, going to go nowhere. Nice open field tackle by number 12, Matt McKnight. Coming from that safety position to make the tackle. So 2nd and 10. Again, shotgun formation for Schneider. Schneider going to keep it himself. Up the middle, hit by a couple different Bobcats. Brock Hofer finally brings him down as Schneider runs for 5 yards. Be a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Kyle Alcantara on the stop as well. 51, Aiden Ingram, a freshman, in on the tackle. Getting a little bit of playing time here for Aiden Ingram. 3rd and 4. Going to keep it himself. He does hand it off. Going nowhere. Defensive line makes a stand. 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the game. Big decision to make here. I think the only decision to make is keep it and go for 4th down, but it's going to be a 4th and 4. Lansing will take their timeout. So Lansing takes their first timeout. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Basehor-Linwood 13, Lansing 7 on 810varsity.com.
For insurance and investment needs, Lansing looks to Dan Wilcott of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Stop by anytime at 611 Holiday Plaza or call 913-727-3213. That's 913-727-3213. Or visit danwilcott.fbfs.com.
Welcome back to 810varsity.com. Final moments here in Lansing, Kansas. 62 degrees and rainy. Nice steady rain. Not too hard, but enough to make things interesting. Lansing with a huge fourth down. 4th and 5. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the game as they're at their own 38-yard line. Really your play of the football game. Whose front has the most stamina? Trying to get him to jump possibly. Nope. Low snap. They're going to pass it. Got a wide open receiver. Robinson to the outside. They connect. Robinson gets out of bounds, makes the first down signal, and keeps the drive alive for the Lions. Huge play, and not from a team that threw one pass all of last week. Pulls one out of the hat to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go as we move down the field.
Correction on the game, 15-yard gain for the Lions, first down.
The officials converging about something here. Looking about something with the clock. Telling our clock operator to put some more time back on the clock, it looks like.
Let us know again.
Looks like they're going to put 2:36, so they're taking 10 seconds off of the clock here. 2:36 left in the ball game. 1st and 10 Lansing from the 25-yard line. Snyder shotgun formation. Again, not the formation we saw in the first half, but adjustments made by the Lansing Lions. Robinson on the counter to the outside. Robinson looking to score down to the 2-yard line. A misdirection play to number 7. He has been all over the place in the second half for Lansing.
Stop on the play, number 37, Jackson.
That's good for a first down.
20 yards on the play, and that's good for a Lions.
Ball on the 4-yard line. So again, shotgun formation, 2 running backs. I'm sorry, 3 running backs. 2:27 to go. 1st and 4. Schneider under center. McQuillan up the middle for no gain. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The clock continues to run.
Ball carrier number 5, Connor McQuillan.
Now you're playing a clock game at this point if you're Lansing. You want to take as much time off as you possibly can.
On the 1-yard line.
Quarterback sneak by Snyder. He's in. Lansing Lion touchdown. Schneider. That does tie up your game. Extra point pending. So how big is that mixed extra point early on by the Bobcats? Either bat snap or called fake. I imagine it was a high snap, and Dylan Donnelly took off and tried to throw. But right now the difference in this game is going to be on the foot of pillar. Just a junior. Snap is good. Hold looks good. It is good. Lansing 14, Basehor-Linwood 13, 1 minute, 49 seconds to go. Lansing faithful going nuts on their side. They've braved the weather. So 1:49 remaining. Lansing 14, Basehor-Linwood 13. Joe Phillips back to receive, number 11 for the Bobcats. Great ending here in Lansing, Kansas. Ball trying to stay on the tee. They're going to bring a holder in, be one of their gunners. Now, twice now in the second half, Basehor-Linwood has returned the kickoff from multiple times for 50, 60 yards. So let's see what happens here. You're going to keep it away from the returners here. Smart move by Lansing. Ball. Bobcats will start their drive at the 40-yard line. Basehor-Linwood, one final drive, down by 1, led by senior quarterback Dylan Mussett.
Timeout called by the Lions.
Lansing's going to use their second timeout to make sure they've got their defensive scheme right. All right, 1:44 left on the clock. Dylan Mussett brings the Bobcats out. Again, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Great United Kansas Conference opening game here in Lansing, Kansas. Mussett drops back to pass. Going to find Dylan Donnelly over the middle of the field. Donnelly, good enough for a first down. 1:35 left in the game. They're going to stop the clock to move the chains. Bobcats are able to throw the football. They've shown that last week as well as a little bit today. Defensive backs heavy for the Lansing Lions. 2 deeper safeties and a lot of cushion for your wide receivers. 1:30 to go. Mussett again. He's got a receiver open, but he overthrows him. Jacob Coleman on the far side of the field, incomplete. That will stop the clock at 1 minute and 23 seconds to go.
Intended for number 10, Jacob Coleman. Coverage on the play, Malachi Tittle. Second and 10 for the Bobcats.
2nd and 10 for Basehor-Linwood. Lansing seems content to give them whatever they want in the middle of the field, just trying not to get beat deep. Mussett back to pass, going to look for Nolan Ford in the middle. He's going to take it forward up to the 39-yard line as the clock continues to tick.
Pass is complete.
Again, Basehor-Linwood with 3 timeouts.
Pass is complete. Mussett
1 minute,
to Nolan
8
Ford.
seconds to go.
Jordan Bridges. Gain of 7. 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. So you got to get the first down at least over these next 2 plays. Mussett, quick out to Jacob Coleman. Coleman needs to get out of bounds. Coleman does get out of bounds and the first down. The clock's still running. We're losing. Clock has been running for the last 8 seconds. Basehor-Linwood sure to let the officials know. Rod Stahlbomber communicating right now. Jacob Coleman was able to get out of bounds in about 4 to 5 seconds. He's going to put 5 seconds back on the clock. You know, the weather's kind of changing out a little bit here. There is still a little bit of rain, but, you know, if you have to, probably 10 more yards for a field goal possibility, but Basehor-Linwood trying to get in the end zone. They do have some dynamic receivers and a quarterback that can make the play. 49 seconds on the clock. Mussett single back with Dylan McDaniel. Mussett looking for Jacob Coleman again. Coleman gets out of bounds, a catch of 8 yards.
Mussett to Coleman. Coverage on the play. Trade that Pleasure.
So 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 for the Bobcats.
Bobcats driving. Mussett finding his favorite receiver, Jacob Coleman, 6'5" receiver. Not sure what happened, to be quite honest with you.
Flag down on the play.
Looks like the center didn't snap the ball. False start against the Bobcats. They're asking for some time to be put back on the clock. So Coach Stahlbomber asking for some more time back on the clock as the penalty happened as a play never got started. White hat looking around. They are asking for more time to be put back on the clock.
44 seconds on the clock.
So 44 seconds to be put on the clock. Again, 2nd down. 44 seconds. 14-13. Lansing Lions with the lead, but Basehor-Linwood driving. Great action here on 810varsity.com. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Mussett, shotgun. He's looking again. The stop and go. He's got Jacob Coleman. Coleman not able to grab it. Coleman stopped. They had been setting that play up for 3 plays. Coleman had stopped. The old stop and go. Jacob Coleman not able to find the ball in the air.
Brings up 3rd and 7 for the Bobcats.
So 3rd and 7, 2 crucial plays here. You got 3 timeouts at this point if you're Basehor-Linwood. You can use the middle of the field if you need to. You got to pick up the first down to keep the clock moving. Looks like they're going to. Mussett has a receiver. Great defensive play by the Lansing defense. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Broken up by number 2, Dylan McClain.
Dylan McClain
4th down.
with a phenomenal, probably the play of the game so far, defensive play on the far side of the field. That's going to bring up 4th and 7. 32 seconds to go. Basehor-Linwood needs at least 7 yards to continue to go. Again, you can use the middle of the field because you have 3 timeouts. I look for maybe a Nolan Ford sit down in that zone, but they do have the linebackers up. Lansing's looking for Lansing coaches raising some cane over there, looking for a timeout, or timeout Bobcats, actually. So we'll be right back on 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
And we're back here on 810varsity.com. Play of the game, 4th down. 4th and 7. 32 seconds to go. Basehor-Linwood down by 1. Lansing with a phenomenal defensive play to stop the pass from Dylan Mussett. Keep your eye. They need 7 yards to keep it going. Everybody on their feet here in Lansing, Kansas. Great high school action on Friday night on 810varsity.com. Shotgun. Has a man. Up. Incomplete. That's going to do it. The ball will go back to the Lansing Lions. To be quite honest, guys, a shocker here in Lansing, Kansas. The ball was on the money, but again, another great defensive play by the defensive backs of Lansing. It was senior to senior, Mussett to Donley. And Dylan McClain again, 2 phenomenal defensive plays to end the game and to secure your MVP at this point. So at this point, all you can do, if you're Lansing, come down your victory formation, kneel it out, and congratulate yourself on the first victory of the season. What a phenomenal matchup. 2 different styles, weather definitely playing a factor. But tip your hats to Lansing as they were able to make the defensive stops whenever they could, and whenever they did, it was in a big, big part of the ball game. Timeout by, well, they're calling for the clock to continue to run. Huge win for Lansing at this point, as they do pick up their first win of the 2018 campaign. Clock is going to run down. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, Lansing picking up the victory. Well, there's 2.4 seconds left, Jim, so I think that legally I have to keep talking. Right? I don't need Chad to pull out the rule book on me saying we're cutting it too early. But a great win when it comes for the Lansing Lions. But here on behalf, again, of Lansing Athletic Association, Jim McClintock, myself, Rodney White, we appreciate you guys sticking around, listening in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game here on 810varsity.com. Let us know if you did. You can always tweet at 810varsity. Let Chad and them know and support all the sponsors that come with it. But that will do it for your ball game. Again, it's Lansing 14, Basehor-Linwood 13 here on 810varsity.com. Thank you, and have a great night.